In a small town in Thailand, a young woman named Ploy worked at a local craft store. Ploy was 26, with a passion for art and a dream of one day starting her own online shop to sell handmade products. However, one obstacle stood in her way: her lack of English skills. Though Ploy had studied English in school, she never felt confident speaking it. Grammar rules confused her, and her vocabulary was limited to a few basic words like hello, thank you, and goodbye. One day, a tourist entered her shop, admiring the colorful scarves she had made. "This is beautiful. Do you have more colors?" the tourist asked. Ploy smiled nervously, not understanding the question. She pointed to the scarves and said, "Yes, color." The tourist, though polite, looked puzzled and eventually left. Ploy felt a wave of frustration. "If I could speak English, I could sell my work to more people," she thought. That evening, Ploy confided in her best friend, May, who suggested, "Why don't you start learning English again? There are so many resources online now." Ploy hesitated. "I've tried before, but it always feels so hard. I don't know where to begin." May smiled and replied, "Start small. Just take one step at a time. I'll help you find the right tools." Encouraged by May, Ploy decided to give learning English another try. May recommended a popular language app that focused on bite-sized lessons and daily practice. "It's called Lingua Boost," May explained. "You can set your own pace and practice whenever you have time." Ploy downloaded the app that evening. The first lesson focused on simple greetings and common phrases. "Hello, how are you?" the app's voice said. Ploy repeated after it, stumbling at first but gradually improving. To keep her motivated, May suggested they practice together. Every morning, May sent Ploy a challenge. "Try to use the phrase, 'How much does this cost?' with a customer today." Ploy also discovered YouTube channels dedicated to English learners. One of her favorites was hosted by a cheerful teacher who explained grammar rules through fun stories. "This is so much better than school," Ploy thought. After a few weeks, Ploy started to notice small improvements. She could understand simple sentences and felt more confident practicing with May. "I'm finally making progress," she thought. As Ploy's interest in English grew, May recommended another resource, a local language exchange group. It's a group where people practice different languages by talking to each other. You can practice English and maybe even teach someone Thai. Though nervous at first, Ploy decided to attend. The group met at a cafe every Sunday afternoon. When Ploy arrived, she was greeted by Anna, the group's friendly organizer. "Welcome. Don't worry if your English isn't perfect. We're all here to learn," Anna said. During the session, Ploy was paired with a kind English-speaking student named Jack. He asked her simple questions like, "What's your favorite food?" and "Why do you like making crafts?" Ploy answered slowly, using the vocabulary she had learned. Jack was patient and encouraged her to keep trying. By the end of the session, Ploy felt a sense of accomplishment. Speaking English with real people is scary, but it's also fun, she thought. She decided to attend the group every week. Not every day was easy. Ploy often felt frustrated when she couldn't remember words or made mistakes during conversations. One day, during a language exchange session, she mispronounced beach and accidentally said a word that made everyone laugh. Embarrassed, she wanted to leave. After the session, Anna approached her. "Don't worry about mistakes. They're a natural part of learning," Anna said. The fact that you're trying is already amazing." Inspired by Anna's encouragement, Ploy began to view mistakes differently. Instead of feeling embarrassed, she started treating them as learning opportunities. She kept a small notebook where she wrote down new words and phrases, along with corrections to her errors. Ploy also started practicing speaking to herself at home. She would describe her day in English, even if it was just simple sentences like, "I went to the market. I bought bananas." Over time, these small efforts added up. One day, Ploy had the chance to put her skills to the test. A group of tourists entered her shop, admiring her handmade scarves and bracelets. Gathering her courage, Ploy approached them and said, "Hello, how can I help you?" The tourists were delighted and started asking questions about her products. Though Ploy didn't understand everything, she used phrases like, "This is handmade," "It costs 200 baht," and "We have more colors." To her surprise, the tourists bought several items and complimented her English. "You're doing great. Keep it up," one of them said before leaving. That evening, Ploy couldn't stop smiling. It was the first time she had used English confidently in her shop, and it felt like a huge milestone. Encouraged by her progress, Ploy decided to take her English learning to the next level. May suggested watching movies and TV shows in English, starting with subtitles. Ploy chose a light-hearted romantic comedy and found herself laughing at the jokes, even if she didn't understand every word. She also began listening to English podcasts during her morning commute. One of her favorites was about small business tips, which helped her learn new vocabulary related to her craft store. To improve her writing, Ploy started an Instagram account for her shop, writing captions in both Thai and English. She asked May to proofread her posts at first, but soon gained enough confidence to write on her own. A few months later, Ploy received an unexpected email. A tourist she had met in her shop wanted to place a large order of scarves for their boutique in Australia. "We love your work," the email said. "Can you ship 50 scarves to Sydney?" Excited but nervous, Ploy drafted her reply in English. She carefully explained her prices, shipping options, and payment methods. Though it took her an hour to write the email, she felt proud of her effort. The tourist replied with enthusiasm, and the order was confirmed. It was Ploy's first international sale, and it marked the beginning of a new chapter for her business. Looking back on her journey, Ploy was amazed at how far she had come. From struggling with basic phrases to confidently communicating with international customers, her hard work had paid off. She continued to attend language exchange sessions, watch English content, and practice every day. Learning English had not only helped her business grow, but also boosted her confidence and opened new opportunities. Ploy often shared her story with others in her community, encouraging them to try the methods that had worked for her: apps, language exchange, movies, and real-life practice. "Learning English is like crafting a scarf," she would say. "It takes time and patience, but the result is worth it."